everybody, and welcome to another Riot Control podcast. My name is Alain, otherwise known as Thieves, and I'm from Thieves.com, as well as the Speakeasy podcast. And you can get our other blog posts, as well as our other reviews of first shows of the new season at Thieves.com. This time, I'm going to be looking at Saki, the Nationals by Studio Gokumi, and it's streaming on Crunchyroll. And like all Riot Control reviews, these are shows that for some reason or another Kate does not want to watch, but I feel like I might as well do a quick little summary for anybody who might have been curious. So this time I'm looking at Saki just because. And man, it's been a while since I've seen any Saki. I really should watch those little Side A episodes that came out. And speaking of Side A, when this series started, especially since it didn't have an opening, I was a little worried because you don't see the normal team of Flatsy Patsy, Tits McGee, Taco Maniac, Seaweed Glasses Girl, Main Leader Girl, and Extraneous Guy. It's like all these other teams, and I was a little bit worried that this was going to be another side story anime, because I know there's another side story Saki manga. So I was like, oh man, is it all going to be about, as Carly from Ogiwe Maniacs puts it, anime lesbian mahjong Undertaker girl? Because there is a girl in this series that the minute I saw her, I'm like, oh, that's the girl that looks like the Undertaker that Carl was talking about. But I thought it was maybe about them or the Shrine Maiden team. And I'm like, my God, are we never going to go back to Saki and her team? Is it just going to be another season of, and here's another group who made it up to the Nationals? I don't know, maybe they're all their backstory is secretly entwined with Yuki and her love of tacos. But no, it's just that they start off kind of focusing a bit on all the other teams before we get to our main team, who I know all their names. I know Nodoka and Saki and Yuki and all that, but I just like to call them by cute nicknames, so I will continue to do so. But yes, eventually after we see all these teams, of which I have to say, no matter what, those Shrine Maiden girls are probably the weirdest. One, because in a series where almost all the girls are either incredibly flat-chested or just enormously well-endowed, this team kind of personifies that perfectly. Because at least every once in a while on one of the other teams you'll have some girl with normal breast size, or at least in between those two extremes. But this team is primarily either the flattest flat-chested girl, including that girl who just totally wears her outfit just open, and it looks like a slight breeze will show up her nipples. And the only reason they have not is because she's so incredibly flat-chested that it would make Saki even go, dang. And then the rest of the team is all titty monsters. And I am like, alright, Shrine Maiden girl team, you have hit new highs for this series. But I also the international team that has all the countries you normally expect. There's, of course, the one token Japanese girl, and there's a girl from the US, and there's a girl from Hong Kong, and one from France. So pretty much all the countries that Japan always likes to put in internationally. But then they have the one girl from Georgia, but they only call Georgia by the name that the native Georgians call it. And I was like, I'm a little surprised by you, Saki, being culturally sensitive and aware. Did not expect that from you, but good on you. And, we see all these new teams, some of which are crazy wacky, and then some of which kind of look like the normal teams. And I just remember the preview of the Nationals arc from the last season, and I just remember them only playing up the crazy bizarro teams. And not any of these kind of oh, we're pretty normal character design teams, which I guess in a preview is what you want to do. You kind of want to hook people with the craziest teams. But it was interesting that there are just some of the normal teams, and they just got kind of happen mostly. Hopefully they have cool powers, and it is not a repeat of the kind of interesting but powers of the Side A team. But yeah, eventually we get to see the cutting board and the melons and the rest of them. And they're pretty good in form, running around. Lots of good Yuki action. I just really like Yuki. So glad to see her bouncing around talking about tacos, being a real firecracker. And I think the most interesting scene in the episode was when we see that scene from Side A, when the Side A team finally meets Saki, and to see it from Saki's perspective. Because when they see Saki in the Side A anime, she's practically like this Ava Unit 1 walking down the hallway, and they're all like, snap! What was the power level on that girl? And you just see her walk by like, I'm Saki. I don't pay attention to nothing because I'm so powerful I don't have to. But from Saki's perspective, she's like, oh my gosh, those girls were crazy powerful. I just noticed them. And they hardly noticed me. So it was an interesting shift in perspective. I thought that was a little bit unexpected but appreciated. But other than that, not much happens. It's sort of a refresher of what happened in the last season, which seemed like ages ago. I mean, it was all the way back in 2011, which isn't forever ago, but it is still pretty long ago. I did not remember that Stealth Momo had huge tracts of land, which might just be a testament to her Stealth Momo powers, but when I saw her, I was like, whoa! I should have remembered those. I mean, they are not Nadoka level, but they are not insignificant. And they had a lot of teams. They, of course, had, the girl with the different color eyes, and Wahaha had to appear. Everybody that everybody wanted to see. But no actual Mahjong playing. A lot of it was just seeing things that we already saw in Side A from the main team's perspective, and just a little bit of catch-up, which I appreciate because I remembered certain things really well, and other things, the recap actually really helped jog my memory. So, I mean, it's Saki. It's going to be ridiculous, over-the-top Mahjong with cute girls and lesbian undertones. That's pretty much what you should expect from the series, and really, if you're new, I think you could probably jump in. These characters are not Shakespeareanly written, nuanced characters. They're, fun little fluffikin characters in a fun little fluffikin Mahjong show. It's probably best to just go back and watch at least the original series. Side A is kind of almost inconsequential. I'm sure the Side A team will appear again, but they're kind of only minorly important. You can skip that series if you need to. But, we did get one bit of confirmation. If I read that correctly, apparently, yes, the girls from Saki do not wear underwear. And now you know. Doon, 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 doon. Alright, see you guys next time.